Borderlands 3 is going to expand its universe in so many ways, literally and figuratively. For the first time, we are venturing out and away from Pandora. I mean, we went to the moon, but that was the pre-sequel. Whatever. We're going away from anything related to Pandora. New planets, solar systems, galaxies, who knows? Except for the people who have played the game and or made it. Of the few planets Gearbox has been teasing so far have been Eden 6, TANNIS, and Promethea. In this video, we are going to be talking about Promethea, what we know about it, and some speculation. If you would like videos talking about the other planets, those have already been done, one talking about TANNIS, Ava, and Siren Talk, as well as one on Eden 6, the Hammerlocks, and Jacobs. So those videos are done if you would like to watch them, but for now, Promethea. Promethea is the world where Atlas uncovered the very first vault, giving rise to a whole new era. They unearthed the alien weaponry, reverse engineered it, and turned a huge profit. It was this action which caused a whole slew of megacorporations to explore the universe in hopes to uncover the vaults and make bank. As we've seen in the games, after uncovering the first vault, Atlas began exploring other planets, one of which was Pandora. However, due to the events of the game, and primarily Athena, Atlas's army was pretty much wiped out and made extinct. Any remaining soldiers joined the Crimson Lance with Roland. Speaking of Roland, Promethea is, as far as we're aware right now, the planet he originally came from. It is his homeworld. He definitely has a history with the place at the very least. You see, all the way back in 2010 when the Secret Armory of General Knox DLC was released, Gearbox actually gave General Knox a Twitter account all to himself. You get all of his snarky remarks with his bad attitude all in one place. But one tweet in particular mentions Roland, stating, "Roland, I remember him, did 2 tours of Prometheus before wearing his guilt like a sundress." Now, it should be important to note, Promethea and Prometheus are the same place. For whatever reason, some characters use the name interchangeably. Perhaps it was before more of the lore got set in stone and details were subject to change. Something that remains a question mark regarding Promethea is the planet itself. Based on the images and teasers we've seen from Borderlands 3, Promethea looks largely like a metropolitan world. Very high-tech, very futuristic, which begs the question, why people's outlook of it is so negative. The residents of Pandora speak of how bad of a place it is, having a propaganda message in T-Bone Junction saying, "At least you're not on Promethea," and the occasional NPCs speaking similar remarks. Even one of the weapons has a quote saying how the children of Promethea can't afford ammo.
Children of Promethea who can't afford ammo, you know.
So question is, what's so bad about it? Was Atlas running some sort of authoritarian dictatorship? Is it the world itself, the wildlife, or something different altogether? If it had anything to do with Atlas, then part of me is sad to think we'll never get an answer. Promethea was apparently a problem before Atlas went under, and now Atlas is under new leadership. I know there are a lot of people who haven't played Telltale's game Tales from the Borderlands, as it's not exactly a traditional Borderlands game. There's not really any shooting or looting, no cool gameplay mechanics, just simply a story. But it was a game that delivered more on characters and their journey as opposed to mechanics. For those of you who didn't play that game, it was revealed that once Atlas went bankrupt, Handsome Jack purchased the rights to the company, so he could just laugh at them. Jack reveled in their failure, but once the game comes to a close, Rhys, who was one of the 2 main characters you played as throughout the game, retrieves the rights and began running Atlas himself. And so in Borderlands 3, Rhys looks more successful than he's ever been. He's no doubt an ally to the Vault Hunters and Crimson Raiders, so if Rhys is the good guy we remember him as, then Promethea has other problems than the potential past dictatorship. I know part of that is at least true, because on Gearbox's Twitter, much like they did for the other planets, they released a short video showcasing the planet for what we could expect. As I've already talked about, it promotes Atlas's success in uncovering the first vault here, as well as the fact that Rhys is indeed in charge. While Rhys may be in charge, Maliwan has set war upon the planet. Maliwan really seems to be one of the biggest megacorporations set as one of the antagonists of the game. They're not only raiding TANNIS, but now Promethea. We get a look at some mechanized infantry, which I don't know if it belongs to Atlas or Maliwan. These robots could have been policing the planet before Rhys's time. They also look incredibly similar to Deathtrap. I can't imagine Gage went into mass production to make police robots. But here's hoping Deathtrap shows up to put these robots in their place. And finally, in the Twitter video, we get a quick look at some ratches, which are definitely part of the wildlife on the planet. While the Twitter video didn't provide too much new information anyone vaguely interested in Borderlands 3 wouldn't already know, one of the more out there wild information drops about Borderlands 3 actually came from a different game altogether more than 2 years ago. Battleborn was a game released on May 3rd, 2016 and was Gearbox's next-gen hero shooter. So, considering it was also made by Gearbox, it's not too strange that Borderlands information made an appearance. Various Easter eggs were put in teasing Borderlands 3's story and what we could expect. Now, due to the fact that I don't own the game, the footage I'll be using is from Mental Mars, so shout out to them, tons of great videos. Please don't copyright strike me. The first Easter egg, you could find some graffiti with the word Promethea with the A replaced with the vault symbol. That may seem minor, and sure, it is. But if you thought that didn't tease anything, wait until the next one. All 5 stories in Battleborn's DLC contained messages coded in binary, and even 2 years later, some of these are pretty wild. The first simply says, "Visit Promethea." At this point in the video, not so shocking. The second message said, "Children of the Vault," foreshadowing the cult the Calypso twins managed to form between the events of the second game and now. The third message said, "We are not on Pandora anymore." We are going to be able to use Sanctuary 3 to explore other planets in the universe. Still, not too shocking at this point in time. But the final 2 messages hold statements which even now, with all of the information, promotion, and gameplay out there, are mind-boggling. Message 4 states, "TANNIS is not what she seems." Now what that may mean is anything. TANNIS is personally one of my favorite characters in this whole franchise, and she has been since her introduction. Judging by how relevant Siren seemed to be in Borderlands 3, is TANNIS indeed not what she seems? And is she now a friggin' Siren? Please tell me yes, because I want all the more reasons to love her. And the final message simply states, "Do not open the vaults." Now between the TANNIS message and this one, I have no clue which one I find more intriguing. The vaults have always been a mystery which we assume hold a purpose, that being treasure and loot. But the fact that the Iridians created all of the vault monsters to protect them as well as the Guardians, something just doesn't add up regarding the vaults. We know it was the Destroyer which wiped out all of the Iridians in the first place, so considering we handled that like it was a piece of cake, what could be so dangerous that we must be warned not to open them? Any more than we've already opened, that is. Whoops. But it's those 2 final messages which hold the most mysteries within. Borderlands 3 seems like it's going to blow all of the other previous entries of the franchise out of the water in terms of its scale, story, and gameplay. Promethea was where an era was born, and I can't wait to uncover its secrets. So how about you guys? What are you guys hoping to see out of Promethea, the planet, the story, the characters? And what do you think of the 2 final messages that I talked about? Any and all theories, hopes, discussions, be sure to post them in the comments. I'd love to read them. Be sure to let me know what other videos you'd like me to make about Borderlands 3. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.